ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्रीतुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्रीतुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. We are in the best portion of the Tulsi Ramayana. Mata Janaki is going to get married tomorrow, and the joy with Sitaji's mother was experiencing was immeasurable. Jo sukh basiya matu bana dekhi Rama barabeshu. Looking at Sri Ramchandraji's beautiful, how he looks with all the beautiful attire and ornaments and everything as the bridegroom. So na sakai kahi kalpa sata. Even in hundreds of kalpas, it cannot be described. Therefore, Sahasa Sarada Seshu, even Sharada and Shesha Bhagavan with 1,000 mouth cannot describe. Continuing in the 319th Chaupai, नयन नीरु हटि मंगल जानी परिछनि करहि मुदित मन रानी वेद विहित अरुकुल आचारु कीन्ह भली विधि सब व्यवहारु पंच सबद धुनि मंगल गाना पट पावड़े परहि विधि नाना करियारती अरघुति न दीन्हा राम गमनु मंडप तब कीन्हा दशरथु सहित समाज बिराजे विभव बिलोकि लोकपति साजे समय समय सुर बरषहि फूला शांति पढ़हि मही सुर अनुकूला नभ अरु नगर कोलाहल होई आपनि पर कछु सुनई न कोई एहि विधि रामु मंडप ही आये अर्घु देई आसन बैठाये बैठारी आसन आरती करी निरखी बरु सुख पावही मणि बसन भूषण भूरि वारहि नारी मंगल गावहि ब्रह्मादि सुर बर बे प्रवेश बनाई कौतुक देखहि अवलोकि रघुकुल कमल रवि छवि सुफल जीवन लेखहि नाउ बारी भाट नट राम निछावरि पाई मुदित असीस ही नाई सिर हर्षुन हृदय समाई सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नयन नीरु हटि मंगल जानी restraining, controlling the tears rolling down the eyes. It is out of happiness, not of any pain. By looking at Ramchandra ji, she was so delighted, and the delight in the heart was desperate to express itself in the form of tears. But because, now look at that, parichani karahi mudita manarani, seeing the very auspicious occasion, Rani Sunayana controlled, restrained. And what did she do? Karahi mudita manarani performed all the requirement activities, all the formalities, puja, etc., arati, everything she beautifully performed with a joyful heart. वेद विहित अरुकुल आचारु, in accordance to the Veda and in accordance to the Kula Paddhati. What is Kula Paddhati? The family's way of doing. Both put together very perfectly keen hi bhali bidi sab vyavaharu, and duly the whole process was completed. All the particular rites which were to be performed were all beautifully performed. Pancha sabada dhuni mangalamana. 5 kinds of music were played, accompanied by 5 varieties of other sounds. Pancha sabada dhuni. What is that? Now see, if you go to Kerala, you have got Panchavadyam, right? In Kerala, you have got Panchavadyam. Now here, what is that? The 5 kinds of music are, first is Veena. Veena. Flute is also added occasionally. Then mridanga, second one is mridanga or clapping of hands. Both are considered as one of the ways. Then clashing the pair of cymbals, tala. That is also considered as the third one. Then beating of kettle drums and all other, it's not just kettle drums, it's all other drums also. Similarly, when we say cymbals, tala, there are so many varieties. There are some bhajan troupe and all, they have one triangular steel thing they hold and then ting, 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 they do. So many things, all similar things. All of them are included. Beating kettle drum, the fourth one. And fifth one is blowing of the trumpet. It is called, what is it? It is a wind instrument. So some places flute is included here, some places flute is included with veena in very many commentaries if we see. So wind instrument, even they were played. Therefore, 5 types of in Shivaparada Kshamapana Stotram, we did earlier once. Veena Bheri Mridanga Kahala Kala Nrityam cha Geetam Tatha. Like that, there are several occasions where such Pancha Vadyam and Pancha music is expressed. Then what are the other 5 varieties of sounds? Veda Dhvani. He had told here, what is that? Pancha Sabda that we saw. Pancha Dhuni. Dhuni means what? Dhvani. What is that? First is Veda Dhvani, chanting of Veda mantras. Then we had Bandi Dhvani. Bandi Dhvani meaning what? The Bandijan. We have seen that also, who come to the court of the Maharaja and praise the Maharaja through beautiful renderings. So Bandi Dhvani. Third one is Jayadhvani. Everybody sings Shyavara Ramachandra ki Jai. Jayadhvani. Shankadhvani. Blowing of Shankanada. Dadhvani. Shankadhvani. Dundubhi Dhvani. Again, beats of drums. Varieties of other drums. These are 5 varieties of sounds. Alright. And Kariyarati Araghuti Nadinha. The queen performed arati and offered arghya to Ramchandraji for washing his hands. Ramagamanu mandapa tabakinha. Then Ramchandraji proceeded towards the mandapa. These are all certain formalities. What we call is krama. In South we call it krama, meaning what? That which are the procedure ought to be done. Krama. Ramagamanu mandapa tabakina. Dasarathu sahita samaja biraje. Dasharatha, he was shining. Ramchandraji's vivaha. How else can a father be? Isn't it? He was shining in all his glory. And then he sat with all of the other people, his followers and other people. Bibhava biloki lokapati laje. The magnifying way, magnanimous way, this whole program was organized, a wedding was organized. It put everybody to shame. All the guardians of different worlds, Lokapati Laje. They were all put to shame because even though they were Lokapatis, the Adhipati of different lokas, the grandeur in which the whole wedding was organized, even the Lokapatis felt ashamed. We have also not seen such a grandeur even in our own loka. Our loka is supposed to be called something very high. But here in the Bhuloka, in this one place, such grandeur. Samaya Samaya Sura Barashahi Pula. And the gods were so delighted. Very interesting point here is, nobody who had come here had any kind of jealousy, had any kind of negative thinking. Everybody were filled with positive thinking and absolute joy. And the gods are very interesting. Devatas, whenever they are happy, they will immediately shower flowers. Samaya Samaya Sura. Again and again, again and again. Barashahi Pula. Santi Padahi Mahisura Anukula. Mahisura here meaning what? Brahmanas. The Brahmanas time and again recited Shanti mantras appropriate to the occasion, appropriate to that particular step in the krama. Nabharu nagar kolahal hoi apani parakachu sunaina koi. Both in the celestial world, heavens, and in the city, everybody were rejoicing and with great uproar, that to what extent they cannot hear their own words. To that extent it was so, in our terminologies, so noisy, we will say. But it is not noisy. We should not consider this as noisy. It is kolahala. It is great joyful uproar. No one could hear their own words. Ehi bidhi Ramu mandapahi aaye. In this way, Ramchandraji entered the mandapa. Araghudei asana baithaye. Having given arghya again at that particular place to wash his hands, he was guided, he was conducted to his seat. बैठारी आसन आरती करी रखी बरु सुख पावही. When Rama was seated, that particular seat which was appointed to him, he went and sat there, and arati was performed. It was so beautiful. Nirakhi means visualizing, seeing. Nirakhi baru sukupavahi. It only brought lot of joy. Mani basana bhushana bhuri bharahi nari mangala gavahi. And everybody, nari, women. Women also are very interesting. When they become very, very, very happy, they won't even realize what they are doing. The most of the time, 99.99%, 0.01% I am keeping for the sake of that, different category. Otherwise, 99.9999% women have a very beautiful way of expressing their joy. What do? They just give whatever they have to that person on whom they are very happy. It can be one glass of panka. It can be one particular sweet or a chocolate or something. But here, the women were so happy, so delighted, they started removing their ornaments and they started giving to Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Mani basana bhushana bhuri varihi nari mangala gavahi. All of them, while giving, they also sang wonderful festival songs related to this particular vivaha. Brahmadi surabara viprabhesha banai kautuka dekhahi. See, Ramchandraji's glory is so wonderful. Brahmadi Suravara Vipra. Brahmadi, all the heavenly people, including Chaturmukha Brahma, Viprabesha Banai. They wanted to come near and see. They can see from the heaven, they can see everything, but it is a long distance. Therefore, they want to be a part of it, and they want to go near and watch this one. So what did they do? Vipravesha Banai. They took the Vesha, they disguised themselves in Vipravesha, in Brahmana's Vesha, Kautuka Dekhahi, to see Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. How nice. Avaloka raghukula kamala rabhichabi sukha sufala jivana lekhahi. And those who delighted in Raghu dynasty, even as the sun brings joy to the lotuses. The moment the sun is up, it brings so much of joy to all the lotuses, and every one of them open and have darshan of Bhagavan Surya Devata. Similarly, everybody were so happy to open up themselves and have the darshan of the Raghukulamani, Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji. No, in such a grand occasions, very many times in our circle, we will talk of the world, this one for a minute. We give lot of gifts to all known people and things like that, but we don't consider the people because of whom everything is well organized. People who work at the bottom level. Look at this. Navu bhari bhatanata Ramani chavari pai. Ramchandraji, he gathered all that was offered to him. He collected at one point. Then what to do with that? He distributed all of those which he received to whom? Not to again to big people and things like that. Big people have got a plenty. The people at the bottom level require more, isn't it? What is the point in giving one glass of juice to a person who owns a juice factory? Isn't it? It looks very interesting anyway, isn't it? Navu means barbers. Bari means what? Torch bearers. Torch bearers means it is not like the battery installed and open and thing. No. Those time it was all those lanterns and things like that, which they have to pump and bring light and then carry it on their head. While the whole Bharat was saying, even when some women have to go somewhere and come back and things like that, there will be one person who will take the torch and throw light for that woman to go and meet and come back. That much of organization was done. Therefore, torch bearers are those people who raise a lantern and give light to others. Bards are what? Bandijan, who sing the praise of the kingdom, the king and the race and everything. And of course, we have Nata, all the dramatic, oriented, what do you call them? Dramatizers? Okay, dramatizers we will call. And then dancers, of course. And you can also include in this all the other people who bring joy to others through work or entertainment. Rama Nichavarapai gladly gave blessings to all of them. When they received all the gifts, they also, offered their blessings, we may say. They do not know who is Rama. They won't know that he is an avatar Purusha. They only know he is the king's son. And therefore, they will give all their blessings. Alright. Mudita asisa hinai sira. And family Bandijan, they also danced and sang and made lot of beautiful expressions praising the whole event also. And they also bowed as, a thought of absolute surrender. With the thought of absolute surrender, wholeheartedly, Harashuna Hridaya Samai, with the heart overflowing with joy. Continuing. Mile janaku dasarathu ati priti Karabaidika laukika sabariti Milata mahadovu raja biraje Upama khoji kablaje Lahina katahu harihi amani Ina sama eyi upama ura ani Samad dekhi deva anurage Sumana barashija sugavana lage जगु बिरंचि उपजावा जब ते देखे सुने ब्याह बहु तब ते सकल भांति समझाजु समाजो सम समधि देखे हम आजो देवगिरा सुनि सुंदर साची प्रीति अलौकिक दुहु दिसि माची देत पावड़े अरधु सुहाई सादर जनकु मंडप हिल्याही मंडपु बिलोकि विचित्र रचना रुचिरता मुनि मन हरे निज पानी जनक सुजान सब कहूँ आनि सिंहासन धरे कुल इष्ट सरिस बसिष्ट पूजे विनय करि आशीष लही कौशिक ही पूजत परम प्रीति की रीति तौन परई कही वामदेव आदि करिषय पूजे मुदित महीस दिए दिव्य आसन सबही सब सन लही असीस सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। मिले जनकु दशरथु अति प्रीति जनक महाराज and Dasharatha Maharaj mile, they embraced each other. Now, the interesting fact is, Janaka and Dasharatha, they belong to each other's in-laws, isn't it? But when they embraced each other with great love, pure love, uncontaminated, unsullied, ecstatic love, there the Bheda Bhavana, you are bride's party, I am bridegroom's party. Here we have, the bridegroom's parents, they behave as though the bride's parents are all slaves. Shame on their understanding. Mahalakshmi is whom they are inviting to their house, and they ill-treat in many, many cases. Very many cases. Very few houses are there. On the other side also, sometimes it is the other side also. If the bride is very, powerful, wealthy and things like that, they also treat the bridegroom side very badly. These are all, it only indicates their immaturity, their foolishness, their incapacity to accept everyone with an open heart. And here we see Janaka Maharaj and Dasharatha Maharaj embrace each other. Each are equally big, you see, in terms of wealth and everything. You call anything, they each are equally good. But here, all those did not come into picture. They embraced with great amount of love. Ati Preeti. Karibai Dika Laukika Sabariti. They observed all the proper traditions and customs from the Vedic standpoint, and also from the tradition, the family tradition standpoint. Milata Mahadovu Raja Biraje. The two monarchs, great kings, they meet each other. It was a spectacular drishya for everybody to see. Now, very important point we have to understand here. The people had got great respect, amazing respect for both of them equally. Therefore, it was a spectacular sight to see both of them embracing each other. Upama koji koji kabilaje. They tried to find a upama, an example. It was like what? It was like they were totally it was a failure to find an upama, an example. It was similar to, then there is a fill up the blanks. It remained blank. And what did they say finally? Lahina katahu hari hiya bani inasam ei upama hura ani. They said, finding no comparison to this, they said, they are equivalent to themselves only. Nothing or nobody in this universe can match this. Samadha dekhi deva anurage. All the gods, heavenly abode, celestial beings, they were all totally drowned in that beautiful love between the kings united in this marriage. Sumana barashija sugavana lage. Again, they rain. Whenever they are happy, immediately they rain down flowers, and then the celestial women, they started singing glories of both. Jagu biranchi upajava jab te dekhe sune byah bahu tab te. Ever since Brahmaji created this whole world, from then onwards, we have witnessed and heard of many marriages all along. Sakala bhati samasaju samaju samasamadhi deke ham aju. But it is only today, aju. It is only today we have seen a pomp and grandeur to this level. Samasamadhi, both sides are extremely well balanced. In everything, in their righteousness, in their valors, in their virtues, in their prosperity, and both are dharmatmas, both Janaka as well as Dasharatha, and both of them are equally devoted to Bhagavan. They are great Shiva Bhaktas actually. Devoted to Bhagavan, and more important, both of them have Guru's Ashirvada. We people, out of our ignorance, out of our immaturity, out of our stupidity, we judge even Guru. We claim he is a guru or she is a guru, but then we start judging the guru. Therefore, we can never be a patra for Guru's grace. The day we judge a guru, we are fallen several million miles down in the ditch. But look at here, both of them have got such great respect and reverence to their gurus, therefore they have the Guru's grace in full measure. Devagira suni sundara sachi priti alaukika duhudisi machi. Now, hearing all these voices that were being spoken by the celestial beings from the heaven, it was so charming, it was so true also, that there was flood of transcendental love between everybody, for everybody, but actually at the highest measure towards Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, towards Sita ji, towards Janak ji, Dasharath ji, and the entire families. So much of love, so much of love. Deta pavade araghu suhaye sadara janaku mandapa hilyaye. Now, Janaka Maharaj, he unrolled beautiful carpets, highest quality of carpets. He unrolled and welcomed all of them By giving arghya to wash hands. This is one sampradaya, to give arghya for washing hands. Even in puja vidhanam we have. What is that? Avahayami, asanam samarpayami, padyam samarpayami, arghyam samarpayami, achamaniyam samarpayami. Very, very important. So that was done. Sadara janaku mandapa hilaye, with all reverence and respect and glory and things like that. They brought Dasharatha into the mandapa. मंडपु बिलोकी विचित्र रचना रुचिरतामुनि मनहरे निज पानी जनक सुजान सब कहूँ आनि सिंहासन धरे कुल इष्ट सरिस बसिष्ट पूजे विनय करियासीष लही कौशिक ही पूजत परम प्रीति किरीति तान परौ कही. You know, it is so beautiful. I felt like chanting it again and again. Mandapu biloki vichitra rachana. The mandapa was so beautiful. The pavilion, that particular wonderful mandapa for that particular event was very, very grand. Ruchirata muni manahare. It was so good, even the munis, those people who have renounced the world, even they became so happy and they got fascinated by that mandapa. Nijapa nijanaka sujana sab kahuani singhasana dhare. They gave water for washing hands, argyam, and then they brought them and made them sit in their respective, specified places. Kula ishta sarisa basishta puje vinaya kariya sishalahi. Then what did he do? He worshipped his Kula Guru. Very, very important. Whatever good work we do, first and foremost, take the blessings of your Kula Guru. Naguror adhikam tattvam naguror adhikam tapaha. Tattvajnanat param nasti tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Think. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjala shalakaya chakshuhu unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. The one who brings light to the eyes and brings vision to the heart is the person who should be revered and respected. That is none other than the Guru. Sage Vasishta was given all the respects, and family deity Ishta Devata, all of them performed puja, offerings were given, and then took blessings from all of them. Kausika hi pujata parama priti ki riti tauna parai kahi. With supreme devotion, Kaushika, Vishwamitra ji, he also was so happy. He paid homage. Who? Janaka Maharaj paid homage to Vishwamitra Muni, who was something great for him. Why? Now see, all this happened because of Vishwamitra ji. If only Vishwamitra ji, after the yajna is over, if he had taken back Ramchandra ji to Dasharatha and says, okay, now take your sons back, my work is over, thank you, dhanyavadaha, and he left, Ramayana would have ended there. In fact, there would not be Ramayana at all. Isn't it? So, Vishwamitra Muni was very, very important. And having brought to Janakpuri, it was because of Vishwamitra ji that Ramchandra ji got up towards the chapa, towards the bow. Utahu Rama, Bhanjahu Bhava Chapa. We saw, isn't it? Mitehu Tata Janaka Paritapa. After Vishwamitra ji instructed, alone did Ramchandra ji get up from his seat. That is the Guru Bhakti. Think. Until then, Ramchandraji was only a spectator. He didn't even know the inner intentions of his Guru. Therefore, if you look at these prasangas, we will find without Vishwamitra ji, Ramayana would not have taken place. And actually speaking, Balakand, it is only because of Vishwamitra Rishi that the story itself moves forward, isn't it? If he had not taken Ramchandraji, story would have ended there. In fact, there would not be story at all. Therefore, Vishwamitraji plays a vital role. And again, because of that, Janaka Maharaj had a great respect for Vishwamitraji. Vamadeva Dikarishayam. Even Janaka Maharaj respected Vamadevji at this particular occasion. Vamadevji was another Kula Guru in Janaka's kingdom. Therefore, he respected Vamadevji, gave him all the offerings and then took his blessings. Diye Divya Asana Sabahi, gave all of them Divya Asana, very important placement to all the gurus were given Sabasana Lihi Asisa, and he took blessings from all of them. Continuing, Bahuri Kinhi Kosalapati Puja Jani Isa Samabhavuna Duja Kinhi Jori Karabinaya Badai Kahi Nija Bhagya Vibhava Bahutai पूजे भूपति सकल बराती समधि समसादर सब भांति आसन उचित दिए सब काहू कहूँ काह मुख एक उछाऊ सकल बरात जनक सनमानी दान मान बिनती बरबानी विधि हरि हरुदिसि पति दिन रावु जे जानहि रघुबीर प्रभावु कपट बे प्रबर बेश बनाए कौतुक देखहि अति सचुपाए पूजे जनक देव समजाने दिए सुवासन बिनु पहिचाने पहिचान को के ही जान सब ही अपान सुधि भोरी भई आनंद कंदु बिलो की दूलहु उभय दिशि आनंदमयी सुर लखे राम सुजान पूजे मानसिक आसन दये अवलोकि सीलु सुभाव प्रभु को विबुध मन प्रभु दिन भये रामचंद्र मुख चंद्र छवि लोचन चारु चकोर करत पान सादर सकल प्रेम प्रमोदुन थोर सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। बहुरी कीन्हि कोसलपति पूजा. Again, he paid divine honors. What is divine honors? Great respect was offered to King of Ayodhya. Janaka Maharaj offered great respects and puja to the Ayodhyapati Dasharatji, father of Ramchandraji. Jani isa samabhavuna duja. He even took him to the extent of he being Shiva himself and none other. Jani isa sama bhavuna duja. Not anything else but considering as Shiva himself. Kinhi jori kar binaya badai. he folded both of his hands and a humble submission to Janaka Maharaj. Kahi nija bhagya bibhava bahutai. How fortunate I am to have you as, what do you call them? In English, I don't. In Sambandhi, we say. Generally, in the South India, we say Sambandhi. The father of either the daughter-in-law or the father of the son-in-law, whatever. He says, it is my bhagya to have you in that position, to have your son for my daughter. And the relationship became more and more and more closer and closer and closer. Puje Bhupati Sakala Bharati. And then Janakji worshipped all the members of Ayodhya who came as the Bharat in the bridegroom's party. Samadhi Samasadara Sababhati. Same honor, same respect was given to bridegroom's father was given to everybody. No distinctions were made. Today we find people, you are that big person. Hello, namaskara, how are you? Thank you, all that. If the person is okay. What do you want? People, they actually, it is an insult to the bhavana of respect itself. Equally, samasadara sababhanti, asana uchita diye sabakahum. All of them were given appropriate seats earmarked for them to sit down. Kahau kaha mukha eka uchahum. Tulsi Dasi says, how can I ever describe that warmth between each and every one of them to all of the others? Not only Janaka and Dasharatha, but everybody were expressing so much of warmth. See, I am also struggling very many times how to express. It was such a wonderful experience. Sakala Bharata Janaka Sanamani. Janaka honored everybody from the bridegroom's party with some gift. As I told you, giving gift is an expression of love. What you give is immaterial, but how you give matters. Dhanamana binati bharabani. With polite behavior, Dana, Mana, he submitted even to them with lot of respect and reverence and polite words, sweet words. Bidhi hari haru disipatini dinaravu. Bidhi, Brahmaji, Hari, Vishnu, Haru, Shivaji, and the guardians, Disipati Dinaravu, all the 8 Dikpalakas we may say. Who are they? I'll just quickly mention. North Kubera, South Yama, East Indra, West Varunadeva, Northeast Ishana, Bhagavan Shivji himself, Northwest Vayu Devata, Southeast Agni Devata, and Southwest the god of death, Yamadharmaraya. All of them were respected, were invited and respected. Jejana Hiragubira Prabhavu. All of them, all the devatas, all are very intelligent people, great jnanis. Therefore, all of them had the knowledge of what Rama's glory was and who Rama is. Kapatabe Prabarabe Shabanai. Everybody took a disguise of Brahmanas, and all of them, because Brahmanas are allowed to enter it till this one because they have to chant Veda mantra, etc. Therefore, they became Brahmanas, and all of them went inside. Kautuka dekhahi atit sachupaye. Now, everybody witnessed the spectacle of this wedding with great delight. Puje Janaka Deva Samajani Diye Suvasana Binu Pahichani. Janaka Maharaj worshipped all of them, all at par, and assigned them very good extolled seats, though he did not recognize them. Janaka Maharaj did not recognize the Brahmanas as the Devatas and Brahma, etc., etc. But at all the same, he gave them very good simhasanas and respected them. पहिचान को के ही जान सब ही उपान सुधि भोरी भई. Who can recognize? Who should recognize? And whom should you point out? So many hundreds and thousands of people. How can you point and find out who is who? It was not possible. Why? Because each one of them forgot themselves and they were completely focused on Ramchandraji. When they are completely focused on Ramchandraji, where is the question of distinguishing and recognizing, etc.? It was not possible. Ananda kandu biloki dulahu ubhaya disi anandamayi. All of them, there was only joy, joy, joy. The entire program, every single person who was there, were a personification of bliss itself. That was their experience. Sura lakhe ram sujana puje manasika asana daye. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji, he understood. He recognized Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all of them, he recognized, and manasika asana. Because there he cannot, oh Brahmaji, you are here, Hari Om, Shivaji, oh Namaste, Hari Har Har Mahadeva. If he starts, it will be a chaos there. Everybody will get scared. Therefore, Ramchandraji was very much aware of the situation. Manasika asana he gave. How beautiful, isn't it? Avaloki silu subhavu prabhu ko bibuda mana prabudita bhaye. And all the immortals were delighted. Why? They also came to know. What? They came to know that Ramchandraji has come to know. How beautiful. But neither of them could express the knowledge of themselves knowing the other. How wonderful. At the same time, with a pleasing manners and good disposition, they all beautifully conducted themselves. Ramachandra Mukha Chandra Chabi Lochana Charu Chakora Karatapana Sadara Sakala Premu Pramoduna Thora. The beautiful, graceful eyes. Ramachandra Mukha Chandra Chabi, that beautiful face of Ramchandraji, drank, rather others, all of them, the celestial beings, they saw the Chabi of Ramchandraji and they enjoyed seeing Bhagavan's beauty and the absolute love with rapture. Just as usual, the example is the Chakora bird looking at the moon's rays. We will see one more chaupai today before we enter into the actual wedding, which will happen tomorrow. Samavu biloki basishtha bolaye sadara satanandu suni aaye begi kuvari ab aanahu jayi चले मुदित मुनि आय सुपाई रानी सुनि उपरोहित बानी प्रमुदित सखिन समेत सयानी विप्रबधू कुल वृद्ध बोलाई करिकुल रीति सुमंगल गाई नारी बेश जे सुर भर बामा सकल सुभाय सुंदरी श्यामा तिनहि देखि सुख पावहि नारी बिनु पहिचानी प्राणहु ते प्यारी बार बार सन मानहि रानी उमा रमा सारद समजानी सीय सवारी समाजु बनाई मुदित मंडप ही चली लवाई चली ल्याहि सीत ही सखी सादर सजी सुमंगल भामिनी नवसप्तसाजे सुन्दरी सबमत्तकुञ्जरगामिनी कलगानसुनिमुनिध्यानत्यागैः कामकोकिललाजैः मञ्जीरनूपुरकलितकङ्कण तालगतिबरबाजैः सोहति बनिता बूंद महू सहज सुहावनी सीय छबिलल नागन मध्य जनु सुषमातीय कमनीय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। समौ बिलोकि वसिष्ठ बोलाये. In the midst of this happy, experience, everybody had forgotten. The Vasishta ji had to remind, as though Vasishta, perceiving that time is flying, time and tide waits for none, you see. Time is flying and the wedding time has almost arrived. Sadara Satanandu Suni Aaye. He requested Shatananji to come. And then when Shatananji came, he said, Begi kuvari aba aana hujai. Please go and bring the bride quickly now. The time is getting over. Chale mudita mani aaya supai. Receiving the sage's order, Shatananji also left to bring Sitaji. Rani suni uparohita bani pramudita sakhina sameta sayani. The queen was so delighted to listen to the chief priest Shatanandji, and then with her associates, very very pleased, very very happy, she also got ready. Viprabadhu kula briddha bolai. Now she sent for all the Sumangali strees of the Brahmana community. Those things were there those days. Even today, those culture is still there. She called all of them and said, now all of you come, quickly, they are calling. We have to go. Get ready. Where is the Aarti? Etc., etc. She said, and everything were kept ready. And with lot of charming facial expressions and beautiful, appropriate songs. Nari Beshu Jesura Barabama. Why only Devatas? Even Sura, Nari, in all the women folk in the celestial beings, they also became, meaning what? They, in the disguise of Brahmana Stri, Sumangali, they also came close by. They were all wives of the principal devatas there. Sakala Subhaye Sundari Shyama. Now, disguised as beautiful men, all were looking very, very beautiful. After all, devatas, they have to be beautiful only, isn't it? So, naturally they were beautiful, and then in their prime youth, they were eternal youth. In the Devaloka, it is said, you are eternally 16. Tinahi deki sukha pavahi nari binu pahichani pranahu te pyari. All the women of the Janaka's household were delighted to see them, and so beautiful, so young and so charming, etc., etc. Binu pahichani, none of them recognized them as Devatas Stris without even recognizing, yet they held them dearer. They looked after them so beautifully, went and spoke to them, held their hands and brought them near. All this they did. Bara bara sanamana hirani. Again and again, Sunanda, Queen Sunanda, again and again, treated them so beautifully. Uma, Rama, Sarada, Samajani, without knowing anybody. Who were there? Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Uma, Durga, Rama, Lakshmi, Sarada, Saraswati, and even Indra's wife also was there. At par, all of them were given maximum respects and reverence without knowing. Siya savari samaju banai. And after adorning Sita ji with beautiful attire and jewels and things like that, they formed a circle around Sita ji. Mudita mandapahi chali lavai. And they conducted Sita ji towards the mandapa. Because her time was over, not much description of her walking. Of course, in other Ramayans it is there, but still. चली लाई सीत ही सखी सादर सजी सुमंगल भामिनी. Equipping themselves with all the auspicious materials, kalasha, arati, etc., etc. The companions of Sita ji and other ladies, all the devatas who became Sumangali Stris, all of them came along with Sita ji towards the mandapa, and they brought her with due honor. नवसप्त साजे सुंदरी सबमत्त कुंजर गामिनी. All of them were so beautiful. It is said, Navasapta, 16 forms of adornment. 16 forms of adornment. In Hindi it is said, Sola Shringar. In the north and all they call it as Sola Shringar, meaning 16 forms of adornment was beautifully decked up to Sita ji, and with grace all of them moved ahead. Kalagana suni muni dhyana tyagahi kama kokila lajahi. And when they came, all of them were wearing bracelets, anklets, and so many other, and all of them on the other day we saw tinkling, with all the bells tinkling. When all of them came like that, even Rishi Munis also would give up their status, and they were looking at these beautiful, wonderful ladies, beautifully decked up. Manjira nupura kalita kankana talagati barabajahi. Their toes, anklets, everything, when they made that sound, it only brought lot and lot of joy to everybody, not only seeing but also listening to that beautiful sound. Tulsi Das concludes with the doha for today. Sohati banita bundamahu sahaja suhavani siya. Sita ji, in her own native loveliness, meaning naturally she is beautiful, was shining forth among all the group of ladies. Chabilalanagana madhyajanu sushamastiya kamaniya. It was as charming, as a personification of beauty Sita ji was. And Sushamatiya Kamaniya, among the beautiful, graceful women, Sita ji was shining, a cut above the rest, we may say. Like that, she was beautifully shining. It was as though she was giving beauty to the house of beauty itself. That is the way Sita ji was beautifully decorated. We will stop here today, and tomorrow Sita Rama Vivaha Prasanga will take place. If not all these days, tomorrow please request all of your people to watch the Sita Rama Vivaha Prasanga and take their blessings on this wonderful day tomorrow. Alright, with that note, we will conclude for today and meet tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।